Hello? Oh, hi, darling.
Half a world away, another day. So let's go play on the moon. It's a starry place. We embrace the space while we're miles away on the moon.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of On the Other Line. I am your host, Kelly Keegs. Here we are. We're here today. It is a new day. It's Wednesday. It's 7 p.m. And I got to tell you something. I'm feeling a little different than I usually do. On a Sunday night at 8 p.m., I'm much more mellow. I've had the whole day to kind of think about, what am I going to look like tonight? What's my face going to look like? How many eye patches can I put on before 8 p.m.? Like, all these things happen on a Sunday. They don't necessarily happen on a Wednesday. So here I am on this Wednesday, feeling a little more hype than usual about like my day-to-day life. I feel a little crazy. And this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Gia, help me out. I need help right now because I need someone to talk to right now. I'll be honest. I need someone to talk to right now. What's going on, G? How you doing?
It does feel weird that it's a Wednesday. It makes it
Feels
feel
weird.
like today's Sunday, so
Yes.
it's throwing me off for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
But I do like that we're now on Wednesdays.
I'm thrilled that we're on Wednesdays. I think that eventually the Wednesday aspect of this will be fantastic. I think that it's better for callers. I think it's better for general viewership. I think that people are doing nothing on Wednesdays. If anything, they're pre-gaming at like 7 p.m. I think this is going to be wonderful for us, like long game, whatever. But I am a little thrown because I got used to my Sunday ritual of waking up at 10 a.m. and then just like sitting with my stomach, like how long until the show and how many masks on my face can I do before then? Like that's just basically how my Sundays went, and it feels kind of crazy to have them back. But it equally feels crazy that my Wednesday night is a little shaken up, which people are partying on a Wednesday. Gia, do you party on a Wednesday? Are you a Wednesday girl?
I'm more of a Thursday kind of girl.
You're a Thursday girl?
Yes.
I flip-flop. I used to be a Thursday girl, and then I moved to a Wednesday, and I think I'm back to a Thursday. Like right now, I'm feeling a little buck at this moment. I've had a little sip of a drink before this.
She's had a high noon.
I just want to point that out. I've had a high noon, but I just I think that like it changes the vibe of the day when you go to happy hour.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It gives you something to look forward to too, which is why I never really go out on the weekday during the winter, but
Yeah.
I feel like now it's summer. I'm like, maybe let's go get a
Please,
drink
yeah.
after work. Like, why not?
No, the summertime, the happy hour vibe / temperature is something that you need to be very careful of. And I will say this from experience: the minute you agree to go to happy hour is the minute that you agree to not do anything productive for the rest of your night. I know for a fact that there is not a single soul on this earth, and correct me if I'm wrong, people that are able to do this, go to happy hour and then go home and be productive. Where the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Where have you been all of our lives? Can you teach us what the fuck is going on? Because in my head, there's just no way that this is happening in any life, any capacity. I don't understand how people go to happy hour, then go home, and then be productive. It's just, it blows my fucking mind. So people do that. Not me at all. But here's what I want to talk about today. And yes, like I said, I've had a high noon already before this, so I'm a little scatterbrained. I'm just excited. It's a new Wednesday. It's a new day for us. It's a new dawn, all of the above. I'm excited. I have a martini glass here that I stole from the cabinet of Barstool Sports HQ. I have better martini glasses at home, and I wish that I brought one with me, I'll be honest. But I also have a high noon, which I love. I love a high noon. There is no advertising for high noon on this show, except for the fact that I love high noon and I love pineapple the most. What we're promoting today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the sweatshirt that I'm wearing. Yes, I'm wearing the sweatshirt. It is officially the On the Other Line merch. I keep pulling my hair back because I want you guys to see it. Look at this. It is that's a hair. It is a martini glass, 2 olives, a pinky up. It is pinkies up, motherfucker. Look at this. Pinkies up on the sleeve so you don't forget. So if you're holding your drink and you want to do pinkies up, you don't forget it. That is what the sweatshirt is for. It's for those late nights where the sun dips below the horizon and it gets a little cool, and you want maybe a crew neck. Again, you guys know, you've heard me talk about it a million times. I'm not a hoodie bitch. I am a crew neck girl. I want you guys to love a crew neck. I'm opening up this Pineapple High Noon. I'm pouring it in my martini glass because we need to do, whoop, that just spilled everywhere. Not on the laptop though. Don't worry about it. Anybody concerned? I am bringing this to you all, and I hope that you love this light blue treat that I have for you and that I've had for you, and I'm psyched to release. So starting tomorrow morning, the link will be live. You'll be able to buy your own Pinkies Up sweatshirt, crew neck, merch. I can't wait for it. Pinkies up, pinkies up. Gia, we're gonna cut this whole thing and make it a promo for the merch. How's that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Good, I'm glad you think that.
I didn't even know that there was merch coming out.
Yeah, bitch, I've been working on this single sweatshirt for like 2 months. Somehow it took a million years for this. I don't know what the deal is. Listen, I'm not gonna pretend like I know what goes on in the merch department. I don't know. I know that there's 1,000 brands within this company trying to get merch, trying to hawk that shit, trying to make some money, trying to sell some stuff, trying to make themselves relatable to the company, trying to make themselves valuable to the company is more than relatable. And I know that my singular sweatshirt with a pinky up was not the #1 priority on anybody's list, but I'm happy that it's here, and I'm thrilled about it. So I implore you all to go ahead and buy yourselves one for the summertime, because it gets chilly in the summer. It gets chilly, it gets time for a crew neck, and I'm excited about it for you all. So, as I said before, I didn't spill any of that High Noon I just poured onto the computer, but I did, in fact, pour it onto my sheet here. So that's unfortunate. Let us finally get past all my bullshit and set the mood. Okay. As I said, we've just really been dicking around for 7 minutes. Like I am usually the dick around queen. It's another level this evening. So I appreciate all of you sticking with me and dealing with this. The topic today is beach houses, shore houses, lake houses, any sort of house that you escape to during the summer that brings you near a body of water that you feel like you can kick back, relax, and blow off some steam. That is the topic for this evening. I have made a little list. It's a personal list. It's not a list I found from the internet. It's not a list I polled a group of people for. It is a list that I made on my lonesome about the top kinds of beach/summer houses that you could have in your life. And I'm sure I will have no qualms about this. I'm sure nobody will ever, say anything negative about this list, but here's the list right now. #1 is the shore. And by the shore, I mean the Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore is one of the most amazing places to be at the beach. Like, I know that people aren't totally familiar with the Jersey Shore if you haven't been there. I also recognize the fact that people live in different places. People live in different regions. People live all over the country that watch SLING. People maybe don't know the Jersey Shore. Maybe they haven't experienced the Jersey Shore. But I know for a fact that the Jersey Shore is one of the best beaches and summer spots that you can go to. Gia, will you back me up with this?
Yes, I have
Thank
to agree. No bias coming from
No
us
bias.
Jersey girls.
I'm not trying to have bias. You know that I'll talk shit about Jersey if I have to. You
Yes.
know that I will talk shit about New Jersey if I have to.
Yes, it so depends on where you are at the Jersey Shore too.
100%.
Like, some places obviously are nicer than others.
Yes.
But overall, the Jersey Shore is just a great place to vacation. It has everything.
It's a fantastic place to vacation. It has everything. It also has that, like, I feel like a lot of people go on vacation for the summer and look for that, like, small town vibe, small town feel. Like, I want to walk into town and get a sandwich and whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's literally what happens on the Jersey Shore. Like, you walk in, you find all these little shops that have bagels, that have breakfast sandwiches, that have wraps, that have acai bowls. Like, all this bullshit is happening at the Jersey Shore. And I don't understand why every single person on earth hasn't bought a fucking house down there, because truly, if you're looking for variety, if you're looking for fun, if you're looking for something different, it's the shore. The second, do you agree, Gia?
Yes.
I hear that.
I was about to say that I feel like, even though the Jersey Shore, the show, is one of the greatest shows ever, I
yes.
feel like it gave the Jersey Shore a bad rap. Like, for example, like when I went to Michigan State, people would be like,
course it
oh,
did.
like the Jersey Shore, like Snooki is like the first thing that they think of. You know, they don't think of like Seagirt or Manasquan or like
Nope.
places like that, LBI.
Nope.
So people underestimate the Jersey Shore.
Constantly they underestimate it. And I'll tell you a little story, Gia. When I went to college, my freshman year of college was the year that Jersey Shore, the show, came out. And everybody, I had to introduce myself as like Kelly from New fucking Jersey, and every single person that I spoke to during Rush, during new classes, during anything that was new, they asked me about the Jersey Shore. And I kept being, like, I grew up on the Jersey Shore because my grandparents live on Long Beach Island. And I, in my head, have this like wholesome view of the shore. It's like my grandparents live on a lake. Like we have an amazing time on a lake. That's like the most beautiful place I've ever been. It's my favorite place in the fucking world. So to hear anybody talking shit about the shore really set me back like a lot, to be honest. Like it set me back, especially when I was right in college, like fresh out of school. I was
agree.
like, what the literal
it.
fuck?
It made me mad. I'm
like, don't talk about what you don't know, bitch.
Yes, exactly.
Like, that's what it felt like
But
in
the
college.
only qualm I have with it is that you have to pay to get on the beach.
Yeah, that's shitty. I didn't
It's
realize.
like, why?
Can
Nowhere
I tell you
else
that
is like that.
I had no idea that nobody else was like that. I thought that was like a across the board, like, oh, of course you have to pay to get on the beach. Like they gotta support the beach somehow.
I know,
like in
only
my
New
head,
Jersey.
that's what it was. But yes, that is unfortunately you have to pay for the beach. It's usually like $10 or whatever for a day pass, whatever. Blah blah blah. We're not gonna talk shit on the Jersey Shore. Yes, you have to pay for luxury. I'm so sorry, but get yourself to the Jersey Shore. It's the tits. So the second in line that I would say is the Hamptons, which I love the Hamptons. I'd love to go to the Hamptons with my friends. I didn't grow up there. I don't like lay my sword down and die for the Hamptons, but I do love the Hamptons, East Hampton specifically. Montauk is fine if you're, 23 to 26 years old. Montauk's wonderful. Outside of that, it's a fucking nightmare, so I wouldn't ever go there. I did in Montauk, maybe I'm feeling a little salty towards Montauk specifically because that is the place that I smashed my face open. My first year out of college, I was outside of the Sloppy Tuna and I tripped and fell, which I think no longer exists, the Sloppy Tuna. I feel like they shut that shit down because I know they were serving people underage and I know that they were just giving us troughs of alcohol. Like it was just so much alcohol, way overserved at this place. So whatever, I leave the place, I'm going out, I'm going towards the beach. There's like a whole, the like ramp onto the beach is normally something along the lines of like rocks or it's sand or it's some kind of hill or it's something that you need to, like it's a little bit of a rough terrain, I'll say that. Any area going onto the beach, even in the Jersey Shore, like it doesn't matter what beach you're on, there's always a little bit of some sort of terrain that you have to overcome in order to get on the beach. And the Hamptons specifically has a lot of entrances that are covered with rocks and just an uneven terrain. Makes you a little uneven in your footing. And I, after a few beverages, and by a few, I mean a trough, like I said, I was at the Sloppy Tuna. It was my first night, Memorial Day weekend, my first trip to the Hamptons ever in my life. It was 2013, 2014 maybe. And I was going onto the beach to meet up with a friend, and I tripped and fell, and I smashed my face directly on the ground. And I was obviously drunk. I had been drinking all day. It was an all-day affair. I thought to myself, oh my God, no, I can't believe I hit my face. I'm gonna have a black eye. I'm gonna have a broken nose. Possibly something's wrong with my face. Turns out I hit my 2 front teeth, just really face first. I was bleeding so bad that it like bled all over my shirt, my pants, everything. My friends had already left. They already had gone home. I was with a different friend. And so I was like, all right, I gotta go back to my friend's place. Again, we're talking about summer houses, shore houses. I ventured back alone. Never venture off alone. Don't do it. So I had to venture back alone. I thought I was kind of fine. I wasn't worried about it. Turns out I had like twisted one of my teeth. I killed both my 2 front teeth. I found this out 7 years later when I had to get double root canals back in this past September. Turns out I broke both my teeth. and I was just like bleeding out as if my life depended on it. So I rolled up to my friend's house, knocked on the door, they opened the door, and I'm covered in blood as if I'm murdered. So that's the kind of shit that sometimes happens when you're in a shore house, but if you keep your wits about you, you never know. So I feel like maybe that's a word of caution. Maybe I'll talk more about that because I feel like people need to know that when you fuck up your teeth, maybe you should go to the hospital instead of staying for the remainder of Memorial Day weekend, because I swear to God, there's nothing that you're gonna miss that you're not gonna catch in the rest of the summer. So let's hit a break real quick and then we'll come back and keep talking about it. And welcome back to On the Other Line. As always, I'm your host, Kelly Keegs. Gia, I just realized we didn't even make it through like halfway through our little list here.
No, we can keep doing the list.
Yeah, we got to keep doing the list, but
Yeah.
I just I pointed that out because I didn't realize how much we were chit-chatting. I was just chit-chatting up a storm. So that's the good news. We're waiting on some calls. For now, we're putting out the number. I feel like I tweeted it, but I just want to make sure. Okay, fabulous, 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 fabulous. Okay, let's move past the Hamptons. Now, again, before we move past the Hamptons, I do like the Hamptons. They're wonderful. East Hampton's great. Montauk's a little oversaturated. I would say Sag Harbor is also fun, but it's like kind of intermingled with East Hampton a little bit. Like all the places are just the same, so it's basically the same experience. So that's about the Hamptons. Great beaches though, and great access to food and booze, which is something that we're always looking for when it comes to a beach house or just a vacation home in general in the summertime. That's what we're looking for. Third on my list was the lake, a lake house. Now, I know that there are people in the Midwest primarily who will literally come themselves over a lake house. Like they die for the lake. They just fucking love the lake. You know what I mean? And I also like a lake. I appreciate a lake. I think that the beach is better than the lake. Gia, how do you feel about lake versus beach?
1,000% agree.
Yeah.
People at Michigan State, oh my God, they call it a cottage in Michigan. I don't know why.
Yeah,
My cottage. The lake is so much better. The lake is so much better. You
Right.
only say that because you've never been to the beach, and you don't know what the beach
100%.
is like.
You don't know what the beach is like, or you've been to the beach one time and like maybe you didn't do it right, so you don't appreciate the beach as much as you should. Like I feel like that's always the situation, especially with the beach. Like the main complaint when it comes to the beach is people complain about the sand at the beach. And to that, I say, grow the fuck up. Are you honestly choosing your vacation destination based on how irritated you'll get by the sand? Are you fucking kidding me? I honestly, I can't wrap my head around it, and it's been something that's like been bothering me for a long time and like boiling up inside my body for this entire time. The people that say, I don't want to go to the beach because I don't like the sand are fucking stupid. And I'm sorry, you're juvenile, you're a child, you're stupid. I don't care. I understand. Nobody likes sand in their fucking crotch. Nobody likes sand all over their stuff. Nobody likes sand inside their bag. Nobody likes sand on the floor of the house that you go back to that you rented for the summer. Nobody wants sand. Whatever, that's fine. But you're at the motherfucking beach. There's also sand at the motherfucking lake. You don't just go to the lake and walk right up to the side of the lake and fucking jump in the lake. There's always a makeshift beach before you go in the lake, because where the fuck else are you gonna sit and sunbathe? Where the fuck else are you gonna play all the beach games that you wish you could play on the actual ocean, but you're instead on a fucking lake? Everything that happens at the lake has been molded by what happens on the beach. And I need lake people to recognize that, because I do love a lake. I love a lake. I love a paddle boat. I love a fish. I love, just to cast it, reel it in, largemouth bass, clamp it with my finger. I love it. I love all of those things. Love everything about it. My grandparents live on a lake. They have my whole life. Thrilled about it. Love it. But they also live close enough to the beach for me to know that the lake is not as good as the motherfucking beach. So I need everybody to just stop it with that right now. Okay? That's just what needs to happen. The next place on my list is the Outer Banks. And yeah, you might be thinking at this point, Kelly, is your list biased based on the places that you've been as a child and as an adult? And my answer to that is maybe yes. Maybe I am slightly biased based on where I've been in my life. Maybe there are lovely places around these United States that are better than the shore, the Hamptons, a lake, and the Outer Banks. But I'll tell you what, I never had more fun than I had at the Outer Banks. We, as a family, I was young, as a family, got a beach house in the Outer Banks. And we all love the show, obviously. Netflix, the show was great. Pogues, what's the Gia, who are
Kooks.
The Kooks. That always feels like incorrect to me for some reason. It's like it feels wrong. The Kooks and the Pogues, they're hanging out, they're doing their own thing, whatever. My problem primarily with that is that it doesn't show the tourist people that come to the Outer Banks and rent those big ass houses during like the summer months or the spring months or whenever it is, because honestly North Carolina weather is perfect like at all times. So starting in like March you have summer weather. They never talk about the tourists that come through and rent all those fucking houses, because that is the dream. Like, you rent one of those houses with like 2 or 3 other families, those like monster, huge mansions. And that's exactly what my family did. Like, I don't know how we got in on this. Like, it was not our idea or our planning. It was like a different family. It was like, hey, we're looking for 3 families to fill up this house for an Outer Banks, you know, some kind of vacation, whatever. We obliged. We showed up. I had the time of my life. Sure, I got worse sunburn than I've ever gotten in my entire life. Certainly 3rd-degree burns that nobody took seriously. Everybody just thought like, oh shit, she got burnt, like whatever. I was laying on the sand alone, unsupervised at age 13, no sunscreen, just frying in the fucking North Carolina sun. Not a lick of sunscreen. You see the skin. You see how fucking pale I am. I am majority Irish, and it was a terrible, terrible idea. But everybody was like, oh no, she'll figure it out. Like, she's an adult, like she's self-sufficient, whatever, which I pride myself on being self-sufficient and adult, especially at an advanced age. I like to be considered as precocious, especially when it comes to my childhood. I was not precocious at this point. I was being a fool. I was not right in anything I was doing, and I wish that I didn't get a sunburn that literally scorched me to death and probably is like still detrimental to my health to this day. So that's the bad news about the Outer Banks, but the good news is it is so fucking fun. First of all, the ocean is perfect. It's far enough away from the beach so you don't have to worry about it. You can kind of like, you can walk down to the beach, you can go, you can chill there. Even the waves themselves, like there's no worry of them like coming up and fucking up your shit. I feel like that's the thing that happens at shore houses. Like there's just a scenario where all of this bullshit comes about. By bullshit, I mean waves in the ocean. They come through and they fuck up all your shit. You gotta move your stuff. You gotta move by a certain time. Like, there's just like a lot of drama that happens when it comes to oceans and beaches and whatever. I feel like in the Outer Banks, there's enough space between the land where you're sitting and the ocean itself and the waves or whatever that you're fine. So, shout outs to the Outer Banks. I feel like I could talk about it for another hour, but I won't. My last on this list is generally just being abroad. I think that being abroad in like a foreign country, Italy, France, wherever the fuck you want to be, that's baller. That's the most baller shit I've ever heard. I would die for that to be my life. My parents aren't travelers. They like to travel around the tri-state area. They like to go on a couple of different trips, but they don't have that like travel itch that I do. So growing up, I never got to go to Europe. I never got to go, I went to a ton of beaches, a ton of wonderful places, amazing vacations. I had a wonderful time, but I never got to go to Europe is basically what I'm saying. When it came time for college, I didn't go abroad. Why? I don't fucking know. I told myself like, oh no, I can't possibly miss 5 minutes of the motherfucking beer Olympics at the Delta Sig house. Like, am I serious? Am I for real? I chose the beer Olympics at the Delta Sig house over motherfucking Florence, over Rome, over Milan? Am I sick in the head? I'm sick to my stomach even talking about it today. I can't believe that I never even considered traveling abroad over the motherfucking frat parties I was at in college. I can't believe it. It makes me so heated to this day. So I'm like very upset about that. But in my head, and because of the fact that I watched Under the Tuscan Sun, like 2 weeks ago. I had to think about it, about the
Kelly,
name of it.
I love that movie.
Have you seen it?
I want that. I mean, even though she gets cheated on, I want that.
Right,
to be
which
my
is
life.
horrible. Right,
Yes.
it's horrible that she got cheated on. It's horrible that she had this life or whatever. I hadn't seen it in years, Gia.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
I used to make fun of it. I was like, we're going to Tuscany, Under the Tuscan Sun. Like, I was just making fun of that bullshit. I watched a movie the other day. I'm about to buy a motherfucking villa in Tuscany,
I know,
Gia.
I
Do you
know.
want in?
Yes.
Do
yes.
you want in?
I want in. It makes me
Perfect.
want to drop everything. and
Literally,
just-
yes.
I don't even know, like, they don't even go into the logistics of actually buying a house
No.
in Italy. She just, like, buys a house and is able to move there with, like, no problems.
Right. She has all
And-
this disposable income out of nowhere. Like we don't know. Which I don't, by the way. Like I can't just like buy a home in
Yeah, so
Tuscany.
that's my
But she has all
goal.
this disposable income.
Yep, is to get rich enough, have a husband, or maybe divorce, and then get a lot of money from the divorce, move to Tuscany,
Exactly.
buy a villa, meet a hot man in Greece or southern Italy, maybe Positano.
That's how it goes. Positano.
Yeah.
You know what? Positano, what a hot spot right now, huh?
Everyone I know is there,
Hot, same.
and I'm
Before
jealous.
the Kardashian wedding, like
Yeah.
before, which we didn't talk about, the Kardashian wedding has happened in the time since our last show, and I have nothing to say about it except for the fact that like everybody fucking just took pictures of it. Everybody that you thought was going to be there was there. Everything that you thought was going to happen happened. It was just whatever. I am not so impressed by the Positano Italiano Kourtney, Travis, Kardashian, Barker wedding. I'm not
Wait,
so impressed
Kelly,
by it.
Did you know that he was like obsessed with Kim Kardashian before?
He was obsessed with Kim before
Yeah,
Kourtney?
they like dated.
No, shut up.
Yes.
No, fuck
Yes.
off.
They dated.
What is this?
and
Where is this information
I
coming
need
from?
to-
I need
saw
your
a
everything.
whole thing about it on TikTok.
What?
Let me look it up. Kim Kardashian.
My perception of Travis
Barker.
will change.
Yes. And apparently he's like insane like that. Okay, so I wish I could pull. Oh,
I'm
I
beside
don't
myself.
think I can show pictures actually.
Oh yeah, no,
But-
true. Yeah, we're
So I
we're
guess
kind of
they
bound by
dated,
whatever.
like before he met his ex-wife, and while
Shannon
they
Mogler,
were
yeah.
yes, and while they were like on and off,
Okay.
he was with Kim. So,
So they had sex?
oh, I think so.
What the literal fuck? If I am Kourtney,
Why don't these articles just get? to
I'm
the
losing my
point?
mind over this. I feel
know.
the fucking same. Every time I read some kind of bullshit article, I'm like, get to the motherfucking point.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and you know how
Tell
he
me.
said like, oh, like I moved to Calabasas because like I knew that me and Courtney were gonna be together.
Mm-hmm.
He actually like people think that he actually moved to Calabasas because he wanted to be closer to Kim.
Bro,
So he said that Kim.
how have I never heard this
Yeah,
before
he
now?
previously called Kim fucking hot and eye candy after admitting he has a huge crush on her. And he previously dated Kim's sister, Courtney's sister Kim, a year before he made the move to Calabasas, 2007. So that was 2006, 2007-ish.
I'm so embarrassed.
He wrote it in his
Oh, I'm embarrassed.
autobiography that he went to Amsterdam with Paris Hilton in 2006, and he only wanted to be around Paris because Kim was there.
No.
Yes.
Gia,
Travis admitted that he was secretly eyeing up Kim during the vacation.
how the fuck did I not know this information?
is
How do
wild.
how do more people not know this information?
I know.
Oh.
It's absolutely insane, and it totally changed my whole perspective because I was like, oh, that's cute. Like, he really likes her, and, like, they really seem like they're in love. They're kind of gross, but,
No,
like,
Gia,
whatever.
you're right.
I know.
Right. They're gross in the way it's like they're overly sexual and it's just it seems silly to be putting your fingers up inside someone's asshole when you're in the middle of getting married. Like, that's why it's silly. Like, call me crazy, call me old fashioned, but I don't think I need my fingers inside someone's asshole to be married to them. So I'm not quite sure about like all that with them. But I will say this, I have continuously said Courtney and Travis are a cute couple. Oh my God, they're lovers from times past. They're coming together. I've like gone on and on about how fantastic it is that they've like found love again and they're adults, and even the fact that they have kids, they've been able to come over it and make this perfect blended family with no repercussions, whatever. You're telling me right now that Travis has had his eye on that Kardashian gold this entire fucking time. Like, I don't want to think that about my boy Travis. Like, I'm a Blink-182 fan first. I will say that. I was a Blink-182 fan before I was a Kardashian fan, and I don't really know how the fuck to think about it. I need a minute. I need a minute to process this. Let's hit a commercial, and then we'll get back. 888-STOOL22 if you want to call in and discuss. And welcome back to On the Other Line. I am your host, Kelly Keegs. Here we are. Here I am. Here you are. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being involved. Thank you for engaging. That's basically, I think that rounds it out. I think that rounds out all the things that I need to give thanks for. I'm sorry. I know we took a break a minute ago, but I'm not over this Travis Barker, Kim, Kourtney news. Like, I'm not quite over that yet. As we know, this show, I try to keep it evergreen because I know that we do replays on SLING. I know that we do replays on YouTube at a later date. So I try to keep it not so topical, not so of the moment, because I don't want it to get old. I don't want people to be like, oh, damn, like, I'm listening to this and this happened like 5 fucking weeks ago. This is boring, like, whatever. I can't do that right now. I need to continually process this Travis Barker, Kim Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian triangle, because it does actually make sense now that I think about it. Because, Gia, correct me if I'm wrong, do you think that Kim and Kourtney are like the most, like, they look alike the most, I would say?
Yes, totally.
Like, they look alike a lot. And they are, like, Kourtney is, I would say, like, shorter, smaller than Kim, but barely, especially lately. Like, they're, like, the same fucking size.
Height, for sure.
They're the same height. They're, like, both so compact. Like, they're just teeny tiny. Like, that's, I keep doing this because it's, like, they're so small, you know?
They are very small.
They're both so small. And in my head, for the past, what, fucking 6 months, years, I don't even know how long that this Travis Barker, Kourtney Kardashian, tongue down the throat love fest has been happening. But the fact that I have never, until just now, heard that he had a little bit of a fling with Kim Kardashian before this is fucking crazy. And I am gonna blame Kris Jenner. I think Kris Jenner is the only person to turn to at this point. Am I right, Gia? For covering this the fuck up, right?
Yeah, it has to be Kris. I mean, I don't know
how is this not mainstream news?
Like I know. I don't know how it hasn't become like a bigger thing. I literally just was scrolling on TikTok and some girl was like, "Did you know?" Like blah blah blah, and I was shocked beyond my wits were all over the place. I didn't know what to do with myself.
I mean, of course, it's like your wits are all over the place. You have no idea what the fuck to do, and you also don't know how to react. I don't know how to react right now. I don't know how to move forward in my life supporting this Kourtney-Travis relationship. I mean, obviously. I'm gonna continue to support it. I'm gonna continue to say all the nice things about them. I'm not so worried about their extraneous activities that I'm going to suddenly be like worried about what the fuck they're up to. I don't think like Travis is now trying to fuck Kim. I don't think that. I do think that if I'm Kourtney, and my husband / like the guy I've been sweet on for so long has been flirty and or openly interested in my sister, I think I have a big fucking problem with that. Like, I don't know. I'm just a jealous bitch, I think. Like, I think that I could just never get over it.
Never, ever be able to act normal.
Like, could you get over that? Like,
No.
I just don't think I could. Like, I know that's fucked up. Maybe it's not quite like what I, like, you know, what I anticipated, or maybe I want to be a better person than that, or whatever.
No, I know.
I don't think I am. I don't think I'm a better person than you may or may not have fucked my sister / you wanted to fuck my sister for a while. I don't think I can turn back. Like, I just don't. It's just not, it's not the spot. It's not the spot to do it. But, well, I guess kind of going off that, the Kardashian drama, we can talk a little bit about the fact that Travis went abroad for the first time since he got in that horrible plane crash accident years ago, and Kourtney was the person that brought him abroad. She brought him out of the country, she brought him on a plane, she was his rock to support him through the anxiety of being on a plane and leaving a country, which is actually kind of nuts because it had been so many years. It was like, I don't know, 10 years, something crazy since that horrible, horrible crash with like DJ AM, like, I'm not even sure, let's see. DJ AM plane crash. I feel like I'm unintentionally being insensitive about this plane crash because it really was fucking horrible. 2008, okay. 2008, and it left 4 dead. DJ AM was one of them. Travis Barker survived. Since then, he's been terrified to be on a plane, travel anywhere, do any of those things. He would travel by car or by bus or however by land the second half of his career. After this happened, that's how he would travel. He was never on a plane. He started dating Courtney, and then within a month, maybe 2, she convinced him to board a jet and head to Lake Como. So that's why Lake Como is important to the two of them, and that's why they got married there probably, because it was like the first spot that they were able to go to, that Travis was able to overcome his anxiety and like, you know, all those things. Wonderful, wonderful, we love it. That's why they were there. What I was saying before about Positano is I think that that spot, it now keeps popping up, like not just in pop culture news, but I feel like it's popped up in movies enough recently and shows enough recently that it's about to become overrun with tourists. Do you think that, Gia? Do you think Positano is going to be like almost unvisitable?
It already is. It already is.
I haven't been, so I have no idea. Have you been there? Yeah, I know you've been there, but
it's an absolute nightmare how bad the south of Italy has gotten,
that
like
sucks.
in the past like 5-10 years, and especially now. I can't even imagine how bad.
I mean,
it is
that makes
now.
me upset. That makes me upset because it's like, because I haven't been there, and I feel like this all this shit happens. I'm like, fuck,
Yeah,
I missed it. You know.
There are other places that I think are just as good as Positano, like
What would you say?
Monterosso, like
okay.
that area.
Good to know.
I forget what the little towns of it are called.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's just as nice and way less touristy. Have you seen Luca, the Pixar movie?
Yes.
That's the area that Monterosso. Luca's
Is it?
based off that area.
Honestly,
yeah.
when I was seeing all the like tabloid bullshit about Courtney and Travis, I thought that was like the place that Luca was. And I was like, oh no, it's ruining the spot that Luca was. Like, I thought Luca was gonna ruin that spot, but it was a cartoon, so like it couldn't. But I'm happy to hear that that spot is still intact. Like that's important because, I mean, yeah, like it's, I don't know. I don't even know how you avoid that. There is no avoiding it. Like once people hear something is good, everybody wants to go. Everybody wants to see it for themselves. Like I'm like that. All I want to do is travel all around the fucking world and see everything for myself. Like, I've seen pictures of everything. I've heard stories of everything. I've seen every filtered Instagram photo of some fucking bitch in a thong outside of a waterfall. Like I've seen it all. I want to see it for myself. I don't necessarily want to go to like take photos there. Like I just want to see it with my own eyeballs. I've been talking about this lately. I really want to go to Egypt. I really want to go to see the pyramids because I'm kind of like, you know, is that for real? Like, are the pyramids for real? Like, I need to see it with my own eyeballs because I know that there are pictures, I know there are stories. I know the stories are fucking weird, and I know that everything about the pyramids sounds a little spooky, as if there's like some kind of spirits rolling through. I know the ancient Egyptians are like crazy with all their spells and all their like gods and things like that. I know that because I did many projects on them in elementary school, and I was obsessed with the Egyptians, like for no reason. Like I don't really understand why, but all I want to do is go ahead and see the fucking pyramids because I need to see them for myself. Like I almost don't believe that they're there until I see them for myself. So I don't understand how people see a show or like a paparazzi photo or something that kind of encourages them to go to a location, figure it out, vacation there, and not think that it's going to be overrun with tourists like a million times over. Like, how is it not going to be oversaturated? Because you just watched, what's that movie? Gia, what's that movie with fucking The Holiday with Kate Winslet
one of the best
and Cameron
movies
Diaz.
ever.
Best movie, one of the best movies of all time. But did you not immediately try to like go to like stay in a cottage in the middle of nowhere in England?
Yes,
like,
it makes you want to like swap your life for a little bit just to
completely,
see what it's like.
Completely. But you can't now go online and find a little like cottage in England. Like that's just not something you can do. Like it's too expensive. It's too hard to find because people watch The Holiday and that's a life they want. And it makes me wonder sometimes, has pop culture as a whole ruined travel and experience for people? I know we're getting too intense. I've had a high noon, like I said. Like it's a little much. I don't even know. Let's hit a break. I need to pull it together and then we'll finish out this episode. We're back. Okay. Gia, I wanted to ask you. I'm gonna break the fourth wall, I think is the expression at the moment. What do you think about our first Wednesday no calls? What do you think about that?
I will say people did call, but most
But
of them.
what the hell was going on? I saw that too.
I know. When I answered, they just hang up.
Damn.
I know.
Why are they hanging up? Are they afraid of me, you think?
I don't know what I think people maybe get nervous, like when I say
True.
like, what's your name? Where are you from? What are you talking about? They're probably like, and then
Yeah, they
hang up.
must be. Because I saw it too, and I was like, motherfuck. Like,
I know. It's
just
a pain in the ass, and it's so disappointing every time because I'm like, yeah, let's go call her, and then they just hang up.
Same.
I'm like, okay.
I get so hyped when I see it. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna chat this bitch's ass off right now. Like, I can't wait to talk to this person on the phone, and then I hang up. So I get sad about that. But however, I am still excited about our Wednesday, despite the no calls right now. I'm still excited about our Wednesdays. We are going to be Wednesdays from here on out. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. The number to call is 888-STOOL22, just for future reference in case you're wondering it. But let's wrap up the show with the last call of the night. Ooh, spooky, spooky. Just love to use the graphics. All right, Gia, let's throw up a couple of these DMs that we got. We didn't have time to throw out voicemails today. I chose the topic too late. I didn't have time to ask you guys for voicemails. So we did DMs only. Throw up a couple of DMs. We'll chat about it for the rest of this. This is all Jersey Shore / shore related, whatever. So, or not even shore, just beach, lake, whatever related. I got so fucked up, I tried giving myself a BJ in the garage at 4 a.m., tore a ligament in my neck. This is tough. I'm very sorry this happened to you. I will say, I don't think this is shore / beach / lake specific. I think this is something that probably would have happened to you in your own garage regardless. And I would like you to maybe from here on out think about the topic at hand. And if you want to divulge the intimate details of your sore neck and attempted self blowjob, just like wait for the topic. You know what I mean? Like I feel like just wait for the topic of self blowjobs because unfortunately, it doesn't apply here. Gia, throw another one up. I'm sorry for being roasty. Went to the Jersey Shore from Boston when my boyfriend forgot my birthday. Fucked a guy, so I dumped my boyfriend. I mean, yeah, that's how it goes, man. You fuck a guy, you probably gotta dump your boyfriend. I think that your boyfriend forgetting your birthday is shitty. I always wonder when I hear these stories, like my boyfriend forgot my birthday and whatever. It's like, did you not remind him 1,000 times a day, weeks leading up? Like, I feel like no one doesn't know when my birthday is. Like, I feel like all I ever talk about, especially around my birthday, is my motherfucking birthday. Like, my birthday is December 1st. I'm a Sagittarius. Obviously, it's fabulous. I love it. It's right after Thanksgiving, so I'm always bitching about the fact that Thanksgiving is kind of rolled up within my birthday. I go home, visit my parents, we do a cake. It sometimes falls around my birthday, last Thursday and whatever. So I'm always getting like a little bit of family celebration on Thanksgiving. I'm getting a little bit of friend celebration on actual December 1st. I'm very open about this. How are you not extremely open about your entire birthday plans? Are you just like not as OCD about it? Are you not that worried about it? Do you think that everybody's gonna think about your birthday? Because they're not. You have to remind people that you want a birthday, a birth week, a birth month. Remind them and they will come to serve you and they will do it. That's a fact. Your friends will do it, always. Let's throw up another one, Gia. Floating around in a tube. Let's see, floating in a round tube. Wow, this just broke my brain. Floating in a round tube float, comma, drinking, right? A round tube float, you're floating around, you're drinking. Listening to music, usually at a lake house, equals the best. Yes, I agree with this. All right, now that I have absorbed it, I've understood it, You're sitting in a round float. You have your legs up on the thing. You got your arms up over here. You got a drink here. It's fantastic. You got your legs. I got my legs up here. I'll put my legs up on my own table. I can do what I want. It's my show. I got this. I got my legs up. I'm chilling. Got my toes in the water, ass in the sand. Zach Brown band. You know, I got a high noon. Pinkies up. I'm chilling. Here I am. Here I am living. That's how you got to live at the lake. That's how you got to live at the beach. I would say that's more of a lake-specific activity than it is beach. It is tough to get in a tube in the ocean. I feel like the waves they will take you out. They will kill you. Like, you know, when you see Lost, when you see The Wilds, when you see Yellow Jackets, like, yeah, they're always going to take you out to fucking sea. So you got to be careful about that. Lakes only, feet up, arms up, pinkies up, always. Boop, 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 boop. Push the merch one more time. Don't forget it. It's fantastic. Gia, let's throw another one up. Got a little too baked and drove in a roundabout 3 times trying to get to my exit on my way down the shore. This is not your fault, girlfriend.
The classic roundabouts.
Classic.
They're the worst.
Classic, which is why I'm saying.
The one going to Seeger is the fucking worst.
The worst.
It gives me a pit in my stomach
35,
when I'm about
right?
to drive. Yep, when I'm about to drive and I know it's coming, I'm like, oh my God, I grip onto the steering wheel like white knuckle.
Yeah, you have to white knuckle. And to this person who submitted this information, do not blame yourself. Do not blame yourself for being too baked, because it doesn't matter how fucking stone cold sober you are. It is impossible to figure out this specific roundabout. And I die over like roundabout. It's a circle, right? Like, Gia, do you call it a circle? Like we're going around the circle?
I call it roundabout.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where do you think I got circle from? We talk about, we say circle. Like my family, like I grew up kind of Central Jersey, but like more so my parents grew up like a little bit more North Jersey, but we always call it like the Flemington Circle or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn,
I think it's
I don't
because
know.
my GPS like always says like on the roundabout. Like take a
Oh,
left,
that's
you
true.
know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So I'm
Okay,
like, oh,
okay.
it's the roundabout.
True. If you're living in the days of GPS, I never in my life trusted a GPS, because growing up, every friend of mine that had a GPS, it just led us into a fucking ditch every single time. So I always was like the friend printing out shit off MapQuest, being like, I know the direction we're going, and like a real asshole. So I call it a circle versus roundabout, but that's hilarious. Okay, let's do another one. At a bachelorette party, I passed out behind a bush. Parentheses, had to puke, and everyone thought I drowned. This does happen. This will happen on a bachelorette party. Sometimes, if there are too many girls, it's hard to keep track of everybody. It is hard to keep track of all of the drunk hoes, and you have to take responsibility for yourself. You have to be like, listen, I am in fact a drunk hoe. I can't necessarily rely on the group to take care of me in my moment of need. Do I need assistance, or can I take care of this myself? And it sounds like our precious angel here, listener, follower, fan, took matters into her own hands. She went behind the bushes, puked her brains out just like she needed to, and it is on all of her friends for assuming that she drowned and died in that time. She was just thinking of her friends. She was just thinking of all these other people, trying not to create a stir, cause a fuss. She just wanted to puke bleh in silence and then show up and be fine again. Sorry that you all called the police. Sorry you all thought we were fucking, murdered, dying in the ocean. I understand. People sometimes panic about that. Nobody forgets about all of those we've lost at sea. I was gonna start naming some people, but it feels insensitive, so I won't. I just know that this girl did what was best for her group of friends. I bet that they would have freaked the fuck out and reacted worse if they had found out that she was puking on the sand without them. Gia, do we have any more? No better time to eat. Okay. No better time to eat some ass than right out of the lake or pool. I included this, to be clear, not because I thought it was funny, although I am laughing a little bit. Not because I thought it was accurate. It's not. I can't think of a worse time to eat ass after a lake or a pool. A lake, you just have lake bacteria inside someone's asshole. A pool, you just have chlorine inside someone's asshole. Can't think of a worse time to eat ass, but I do think it's interesting that someone in this world has said it is the best time. And my question to you, loyal audience, people who listen to me, people who follow in, do you think that the best time to eat ass is after someone is inside of a lake or a pool? Because I do think that the answer is no. And neither of those things sound appetizing. Gia, let's throw another one up. I don't have enough room to type them all. Oh, this is Connor. We have Captain Cons. Here is his contribution. As always, he is like born and raised at the Jersey Shore. Literally, his parents live down there. I think his like hometown is literally Spring Lake. Like I'm not quite sure about like his entire upbringing, but I know that he spent a majority of his life at the shore. I know that he spends every summer at the shore, and he's a good shore guy. I feel like there's a lot of things that we didn't get to talk about. I feel like I was rambling too much about like just the shore in general. But the sense of community and the sense of camaraderie, especially in a town like Spring Lake or Point Pleasant, and I'm referring to the Jersey Shore because that's what I know, but places that have like that homey town feel, it just feels so good. It's so nice, especially in the summer, and especially when those towns are like receptive to those who are visiting for the summer. Like it's such a hard thing to roll up to a town that doesn't want fucking shoobies rolling through, which I understand. Shoobies running through, taking over all their bullshit. You have to go somewhere where they respect visitors, where the visitors themselves are respectful, and then that makes it wonderful. But Connor, oh, one of these days, I would love to pick his brain on all of the nights that he spent at the Jersey Shore, because he has more experience than any of us combined. That's certainly a fact. Gia, do we think we have time for one more?
I was talking to the wrong mic. I just realized. But yeah, we got one more.
Hey, girl, one more. Sleazy Seaside Heights Motel, 6 people with 2 beds, cheesesteak or pizza for 4 days. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. This is the stuff that I wanted to talk about. This is the thing that I was like waiting for, all these people talking shit. Are you really going to the beach with your friends if you haven't shoved 100 of you in one room and you're eating stale pizza? No, you haven't. So I wish all of you the best this summer. I hope that some of you get a house like this, act like morons, act like assholes, have so much fun. Mwah, mwah. I'll see you next Wednesday.